Do you ever feel like life is rushing by and you're just trying to catch up? That's exactly how I felt one sunny afternoon, sitting alone on a park bench at 62. I was watching life move, kids laughing, dogs chasing sticks, while I sat there wondering, is this it? Then, out of nowhere, I saw an older man, had to be in his 80s, tossing a frisbee with his grandson. He wasn't just keeping up. He was laughing, glowing, alive. And in that moment, I realized something that changed everything. Aging isn't about slowing down. It's about showing up for your life in smarter, stronger, more joyful ways. Hi friends, and welcome. In today's video, I'm sharing 8 essential tips that help me go from feeling stuck and tired to waking up excited again. These are the exact steps I use to rebuild my strength, lift my mood, and feel deeply connected to who I really am, inside and out. We'll cover everything from the power of daily walks and joyful routines to nourishing your body with love and rediscovering laughter, even if it's been a while. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, it's never too late to create a life that lights you up. And don't worry, you won't need a gym membership, fancy equipment, or a dramatic lifestyle overhaul. Just a few intentional shifts in your daily habits can make all the difference. I promise. Wrapped gifts stick around until the very end, because I've also got a beautiful little bonus tip that's all about keeping your spirit shining bright, no matter your age. Backhand index pointing right if you're ready to feel stronger, lighter, and more joyful in your golden years. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss another tip. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you do to take care of yourself these days? Because this journey, it's better when we do it together. Now, let's dive into tip number 1. Walk your way to strength. And trust me, that first step, it's a powerful one. Walk your way to strength. It started with a pair of walking shoes and a quiet promise to myself. After that unforgettable moment in the park, watching an 80-year-old joyfully tossing a frisbee, I knew something had to change. I was 62, sitting still while life rushed past me. So the next morning, I laced up my shoes. Just 15 minutes around the neighborhood. Nothing fancy, just me and the open road. I'll be honest, it wasn't easy at first. My breath was shallow, my legs ached, and doubt crept in with every step. But something beautiful happened. The air smelled fresher. I began to notice the trees, the chirping birds, even neighbors I had never really seen before. With each walk, the fog in my mind lifted just a little. And slowly, I started to feel something I hadn't in a long time. Hope. Now, walking has become more than a routine. It's my daily anchor. My legs feel stronger and my mind clearer. My heart beats with more purpose and I smile more easily. It's not about how far or how fast. It's about showing up for yourself, one step at a time. And here's the best part. You don't need a gym membership, a fancy outfit, or a strict schedule. You just need a comfortable pair of shoes and a bit of curiosity. Walk to your mailbox. Pace around your living room. Take a stroll through the park or your garden. The destination doesn't matter. It's the movement that makes the magic. Studies have shown that regular walking improves heart health, reduces the risk of falls, supports joint flexibility, and even boosts mood by releasing feel-good endorphins. And for older adults, walking is one of the simplest, safest, and most effective ways to maintain independence. Think of each walk as a small investment in your future self. Every step strengthens your muscles, clears your thoughts, and rebuilds your confidence. So, I encourage you start small. 5 minutes today, 10 tomorrow. Don't wait for motivation. Let habit do the heavy lifting. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. And before you know it, walking won't feel like a task. It'll feel like coming home to yourself. Running shoe if you're ready to reclaim your strength one step at a time. Comment, I'm walking with you below. Let's keep moving, together. Eat like you love yourself. I'll be the first to admit, there was a time when I treated my body like an afterthought. Chips, soda, cookies, they were quick, easy, and comforting for a moment. But deep down, I knew I wasn't fueling my body. I was just getting by. And over time, I could feel it. The sluggishness, the brain fog, the lack of energy. It was like my body was quietly begging for something better. Then one day, everything shifted. I stopped at a local farmer's market and picked up fresh, colorful veggies, carrots, kale, garlic, tomatoes. I didn't have a fancy recipe, just a desire to do something kind for myself. I made a simple vegetable soup, and as I took that first sip, it felt like more than just food. It felt like a warm hug from the inside. That moment reminded me, when you love yourself, you feed yourself like someone who matters. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start small. Add a handful of spinach to your sandwich. Choose water over soda. Swap out that frozen dinner for a home-cooked stir-fry. These little steps, they build momentum, and your body notices. Eating well isn't about following some strict diet or punishing yourself for past choices. It's about showing up with love, about giving your body the tools it needs to feel energized, strong, and alive. Here's the science behind it. Whole foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, whole grains, and lean proteins are rich in nutrients that support everything from brain function to heart health. They reduce inflammation, regulate blood sugar, and even support mood stability. And remember, your taste buds adjust. That sugary cereal you used to crave, it won't taste the same once your body gets used to real nourishment. Cooking doesn't need to be complicated. Even something as simple as roasted vegetables with olive oil or oatmeal topped with fruit and flax seeds can become a daily act of self-love. So here's my invitation. Next time you're hungry, ask yourself, not what's easy, but what will make me feel cared for. Speech balloon comment, I'm choosing nourishment. If you're ready to honor your body with every bite. Because food isn't just fuel, it's love on a plate. And you, my friend, absolutely deserve that kind of love. 3. Laugh often. Let me tell you something magical. Laughter is one of the few things in life that costs nothing, heals everything, and connects us to the deepest part of who we are. A few years ago, my dear friend Betty and I began a little tradition, weekly movie nights. Nothing fancy, just two lifelong friends, a bowl of buttery popcorn, and those old black and white comedies that never seem to lose their charm. One night, we watched a scene so absurdly silly, we burst into uncontrollable laughter. I mean, tears streaming, gasping for air kind of laughter. And for those few precious minutes, the weight of the world melted away. That's the magic of laughter. It doesn't just lighten the moment, it lifts your soul. You see, laughter isn't a luxury. It's a necessity, especially as we grow older, when worries can pile up and life can sometimes feel heavy. A good laugh resets your spirit, boosts your immune system, and even lowers your blood pressure. According to the Mayo Clinic, laughter actually increases oxygen intake and releases endorphins, the brain's feel-good chemicals. And the best part? It doesn't take much. You don't need a special occasion. Find the humor in everyday moments. Watch that goofy show you've seen 100 times. Call up an old friend and share a ridiculous story from your past. Or simply sit back and laugh at how wonderfully messy life can be. I still think back to those nights with Betty. On the tough days, when the world feels too loud or too heavy, I play one of our favorite movies and laugh all over again. It's not just entertainment, it's healing. It reminds me that joy is never out of reach. So, if you're feeling weighed down or just need a little spark in your day, make time for laughter. Let it in. Let it bubble up from your belly and reach your eyes. Speech balloon comment, laughter is my medicine, if you believe in the power of a good laugh. And remember, when you laugh, you're not just getting through the day, you're fully living it. One joyful giggle at a time. 4. Build a routine. After I retired, something unexpected happened. I found myself floating. Not in a peaceful, hammock by the beach kind of way, but like a boat without a rudder. The days blurred together. No urgency, no structure, just time. And yet, somehow, I felt less alive. Then I made a simple change. I created a routine. It started small, coffee at 8 a.m. That warm cup, cradled in my hands, became more than just caffeine. It was a moment of comfort, a signal that the day had begun. At 9, I'd go for a gentle walk. At noon, I'd sit with a good book, losing myself in stories that awakened my mind. And over time, these little rituals stitched meaning back into my days. One morning, while sipping my coffee, I noticed the squirrels outside my window. I began feeding them, just a handful of seeds. Now, they wait for me each morning, bushy tails twitching with excitement. What began as a random act became a joyful daily connection. That's the beauty of a routine. It grounds you. It gives each day a rhythm, a sense of purpose. According to the National Institute on Aging, Maintaining daily habits supports cognitive health and emotional stability in older adults. It's not about strict scheduling. It's about anchoring yourself with moments that matter. And the best part? Your routine doesn't need to look like anyone else's. Love to paint? Set aside 20 minutes each morning. Prefer music? Create a playlist for your afternoon walk. Like gardening? Let that be your morning meditation. The key is consistency, not perfection. I used to think structure meant rigidity. Now I see it as a gentle frame, a way to hold space for what truly matters. It's not just about staying busy. It's about making time for joy, reflection, movement, and peace. Some with face, so what would your perfect morning look like? Comment below with one ritual you'd love to start tomorrow. Whether it's journaling, walking, or feeding squirrels like me, begin with one small habit. Let that be your anchor. Because in this chapter of life, it's not about racing the clock. It's about creating beautiful rhythms that give each day meaning. 5. Talk to someone. For the longest time, I kept everything bottled up. I told myself, don't bother anyone. Everyone's busy. Handle it alone. And so I did, quietly carrying around my thoughts, my worries, my emotions. But over time, that silence turned heavy, heavier than I realized. Then, one afternoon, something shifted. My daughter called out of the blue. We talked for over an hour. Nothing urgent, nothing profound. We just talked about the weather, the dog, a funny commercial we both saw. But when we hung up, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Lighter. It was as if that simple conversation had opened a window inside me, letting the light and air rush back in. We often underestimate the healing power of connection. Yet study after study confirms it. Meaningful social interaction helps reduce the risk of depression, memory loss, even high blood pressure in seniors. According to the National Institute on Aging, loneliness is as harmful to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that. Just talking to someone can be as powerful as medicine. And it doesn't have to be a deep, soul-bearing talk. It could be calling an old friend just to say hi. It could be chatting with the barista who makes your coffee. It could be joining a book club, even virtually, just to share a few laughs. If you're not sure where to start, ask a simple question. How have you been lately? Let the rest flow. I now make it a point to connect with someone, anyone, every single day. A phone call, a short visit, even a handwritten letter. It's my way of reminding myself, I'm not alone. And neither are you. So here's my invitation to you. Telephone receiver, call someone today. Send a message. Strike up a small conversation at the grocery store. You never know whose day you might brighten, including your own. And if you're still watching, tell me in the comments. Who's the one person you're going to reach out to this week? Remember, connection isn't just a luxury, it's a lifeline. Let's keep holding on to each other. 6. Try something new. You know, last year I did something I never imagined I would. I signed up for a pottery class. Just picture this. Me, someone who could barely keep houseplants alive, now elbow deep in slippery clay, trying to mold a bowl that refused to cooperate. The clay slipped. My hands shook. The bowl ended up looking more like a collapsed muffin than anything else. But I couldn't stop laughing. And you know what? That wobbly little bowl now sits proudly on my shelf. Not because it's perfect, but because it represents something much more valuable, the courage to try. As we get older, it's easy to settle into comfort zones. We think, oh, I'm too old for that, or that's not for me. But here's the truth. Your mind and your soul are still hungry for newness. Trying something unfamiliar doesn't just spark joy, it keeps your brain young. In fact, neurologists say that learning new skills, even messy ones like pottery, painting, or dancing, creates new neural connections. It's like a workout for your brain. It improves memory, boosts mood, and may even delay cognitive decline. And it doesn't have to be grand. You don't need to climb mountains or learn a new language unless you want to. It could be something simple like planting a small herb garden seedling, joining a beginner yoga class, person in lotus position, taking a cooking class, or trying a new recipe pot of food. Writing your life story one memory at a time, writing and even dancing alone in the kitchen to your favorite song musical notes. The point isn't perfection, it's exploration. It's about waking up a part of yourself that might have been quietly waiting for an invitation. Trying something new is a declaration. I'm still growing. I'm still curious. I'm still alive. So let me ask you, what's one thing you've always wanted to try but never did? Write it in the comments. Or better yet, Go for it this week. Artist palette, whether it turns out beautiful or a little lopsided, you'll walk away with something more precious than results. You'll walk away with pride. 7. Sleep like a champ. There was a time, not too long ago, when I would lie awake staring at the ceiling, my thoughts racing like wild horses. Worries about tomorrow, unfinished chores, random memories from years ago. It all came rushing in the moment my head hit the pillow. The night felt endless, and rest? Nowhere in sight. Sound familiar? Sleep isn't just a pause in the day. It's your body's nightly reset, a vital repair shop where your heart slows, your mind settles, and your cells begin their quiet healing. But too often, we treat it like an afterthought, something we squeeze in between distractions and deadlines. One night, after yet another restless toss-and-turn marathon, I made a small but powerful change. I turned off the TV early. I dimmed the lights. I grabbed a book, an old paperback with yellowed pages and a familiar scent, and I let the quiet take over. No screens, no scrolling, just me, a cup of chamomile tea, and a story to drift into. That night, I slept like a child. And not just any sleep. I'm talking deep, dreamy, wake-up smiling sleep. It felt like I had floated through the night. That experience changed everything. From then on, I created a gentle wind-down ritual. A warm shower, calming music, maybe a little lavender oil on my pillow. These small acts signaled to my body, it's safe now. You can rest. Sleep, especially as we age, is more than just rest. It's memory protection. It's immune support. It's your brain's way of cleaning house and your heart's chance to recharge. When you prioritize it, your whole day improves. Your mood, your focus, your energy. You're not just awake, you're alive. So here's my invitation to you. Honor your sleep. Turn your bedroom into a sanctuary. Trade the late-night news for a favorite book. Dim the lights, turn off your phone, and whisper to your body, you've done enough. Now it's time to heal. And if you found a sleep routine that works for you, share it in the comments. Let's learn from each other. Or simply type restful nights below if you're ready to reclaim your sleep like a champ. Because you deserve peaceful, healing rest, not just tonight, but every night. 8. Celebrate you. There's something powerful about pausing to recognize yourself, not for being perfect, not for having it all figured out, but for simply making it through. A few weeks ago, I had one of those days. Everything felt heavy, like the world was asking too much. But I made it through. So, I did something small but meaningful. I treated myself to a slice of warm apple pie. No occasion, no celebration, just me, honoring the fact that I kept going. And you know what? That slice of pie wasn't just dessert. It was a quiet celebration of resilience. A reminder that we don't need permission to feel proud of ourselves. As we get older, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking celebrations are for milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, big wins. But what about the small victories? The mornings you got out of bed despite the pain. The days you reached out to someone even when you didn't feel like talking. The quiet moments you chose to keep going when no one was watching. You deserve to celebrate those too. Write down one thing today, just one, that you're proud of. It could be tiny. I remembered to drink more water. I said no to something that drained me. I smiled at myself in the mirror. These small acknowledgments create a ripple of self-respect and confidence that builds over time. And if you're feeling bold, pour yourself a glass of your favorite drink, tea, wine, or even sparkling water, and raise a toast. Not to what the world expects of you, but to the strength you carry quietly every single day. You've weathered storms, learned hard lessons, and kept your heart open. That deserves celebration. So here's to you, not just surviving, but living with heart. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you're meant to be, growing, glowing, and becoming the version of yourself that you've always deserved to meet. Glowing Star, what's one thing you're proud of today? Share it in the comments. Let's celebrate each other, because our stories, every struggle and every triumph, deserve to be seen. So, my friend, we've walked through 8 essential tips for caring for yourself in your golden years. From the simple act of walking, to the power of laughter, to embracing rest and celebrating your journey. I hope at least one of these reminders touched your heart today. Now I'd love to hear from you. Backhand index pointing right, what's one lesson from this video that truly spoke to you? Was it something you already do? Something you want to try? Or maybe a message you didn't realize you needed to hear? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. Your insight might just inspire someone else reading it. And if this video lifted your spirits even just a little, please hit that like button. It tells me that this kind of content matters to you. Loudspeaker, share it with a friend, a sibling, or anyone you care about. You never know whose life might shift from just hearing a gentle reminder like, you're allowed to take care of yourself. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon, bellhop bell, so you won't miss any new videos. We're building a warm and supportive community here, one video, one smile, and one kind word at a time. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. And no matter your age, you still have so much light to share with this world. Yellow Heart, thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself. You deserve it. And until next time, keep shining.